Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we get into some construction, we wanted to introduce you to the new member of our family. This is Willow. She is 8 weeks old. She's an Australian Shepherd, and we are super excited to add her to our family. In our last video, we poured the footing. So now, after giving it a couple days to cure, we're getting the forms pulled off. So we got to pull all the stakes out. Like you see me, I'm pulling a stake out right here. And then the form boards, they're just some 2x10s. We're going to pile them, put them aside. You'll see them show up later in the framing stage. So all the stakes are in the middle. Jillian came out here, helped me pile them up. And again, we'll save those for later. We're super happy with the footing. It came out very level, perfectly square, no big issues at all. So that's going to set us up great for laying the block. So with the block on the pallets, I was able to bring it around to where I needed them. In this case, to the back of the addition. Then I just had to carry them over top of the footing. As you can see, we got a good start. Started with the corners. My grandfather, he's been a block layer for years. Does some amazing work. Super happy with that. Super happy for his help. And mom and dad, they were up again. Super happy for their help as well. We got pretty lucky with the weather. We've had some really good sunny days, but cool, which was nice for working. And you can see here, I'm just mixing up some mortar mix. That's basically just the cement that holds all the block together. So ordered a load of sand, about 2 yards of sand, and then pick up some bags of mortar mix. There's the mortar there. So I'll throw that into the mixer. You add some water. Too much water, it's runny. It's no good. Too little, it's dry. Again, no good. So it's definitely takes a little bit of practice to get the right consistency. Either case, it's not a big deal. You either add more water or you add more mix. So here we are building the back wall. My grandfather, obviously, he's laying the block, and I'm bringing some block up behind him to keep him going and get ready for the next row. And mom, she's looking after all the parging, just cleaning it up and brushing it smooth afterwards. Dad, I think Dad's up on the mixer. He's keeping an eye on the mortar. So you'll see throughout this wall, there's 3 or 4 boards that when the mortar mix comes in, we'll use the shovel to load up these boards. That way, my grandfather can scoop off of them whatever's closest to him. Saves a lot of walking back and forth. So that's one of the jobs for Dad and I, keeping him stocked with block and keeping the mortar mix coming and make sure he has mortar available. Like you see Dad coming in there to top him up in the center, and then there'll be one board in the back and another one just off screen in the bottom corner. So he has the string line set up. That keeps everything level and square. Every once in a while, he'll pull out his old wooden level and check everything. But so here I am with the hammer and chisel. I had a little bit of oops. Didn't quite read the drawings as well as I should have. There's going to be a man door, a garage man door here in this back corner. So plan on having one row of block outside of the ground, above the ground. That way, if any water and snow is up against the block and not against any of the house. So the cement or the mortar mix was still pretty green. It This was the next day, but everything came out. It wasn't quite cured yet, so everything came out pretty well. It was pretty easy to clean up. And now I'll be all ready for the door. So before we actually finished the foundation, doing my count, I could see we are going to be a few blocks short. So during the week, I was able to run over to the block supplier in town and pick up a pallet. So this was a good workout for the truck. I think we were just over 2,200 pounds. That pretty much maxes out the tractor, but it's pretty handy to be able to pull it off like that and place it where we need it. So we have all 3 walls are are done. It's just the front wall that's left to do. So the following weekend, we got at it again, lucked out with the weather. It was great. Jillian grabbed the trowel and got a quick lesson from my grandfather, and she did a really good job doing all the parging and stuff, and filling in any cracks or any holes, and then brushing it down later. So I think she enjoyed that. It was really nice to see everybody involved and everybody helping out. And there we are. We're on the home stretch. We're doing the front wall, which is the last wall. Um, which is super exciting for us. You can see right by Jillian there. There's a garage door cut out, so there'll be two more across that front wall as well. So the next step after we get this block done, we're going to let everything cure for a week, all the cement, and then we get to bury it all. So a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of money into making the foundation and the footing, and then it just gets buried. But that's how it works. So since there's no basement in it, like I say, we're gonna fill it all with all sand. This material that came out of it is all spread around the outside, and then we'll use the clean sand on the inside. So we had a local excavating company. They brought us some sand. It took six dump truck loads, so we're about 120 ton worth of sand on the inside. We would use the tractor. Made some ramps in through the garage doors with sand, so put it in 4-inch layers, and then we were able to pack it. You take the garden hose and then you spray the sand. That way it packs just that much better. If we don't get it packed enough, then we pour the garage floor on top. The sand could settle, and then the garage floor will become uneven and crack and sink and everything else. So you can see there's one dump truck load anyway of some sand, and we already have one. That'd be 2 loads inside. So anyway, we really appreciate you tuning in. If you stuck around to the end of the video, I am super glad that you did and that you enjoy it. If you do enjoy it, shoot me a comment or give a thumbs up. That way I know to keep making these. Anyway, the framing is coming up next, so stay tuned. I'll have that video out shortly. Thanks.